after watching the horror movie Halloween up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and this just came to me at the end of the show in the last hour, that suddenly the United Kingdom says they didn't consult with the Obama administration about Michael Savage. Well, why now? Why are they suddenly saying this? What motivated them to say that in the last few days? Well, I'm going to have my attorneys in England contact the Conservative Party member who says he quizzed the Socialist Party about this, and we'll try to get some of the documentation as to who or what or when or how. It's going to cost more money, a lot of money again. Now, I told you I haven't said a word to you about the Savage Defense Fund today. I am going to say it to you. If you feel like sending $10 or whatever, go ahead and do so. Go to michaelsavage.com. The address is there, or you can pay by PayPal. Period. End of story. 1-800-449-8255. Spokane, Washington. Pam, welcome to the program.
Yeah, Dr. Savage, I think the reason that it's taken them this long to cover their tracks, they've gotten rid of all the emails, they've gotten rid of any telephone calls that they might have passed back and forth to the U.S., and now they feel comfortable enough to say that, oh, no, we didn't consult the U.S.
Yeah, I suppose, when you're the government, you can get away with anything.
Yeah.
So, therefore, they can say that they didn't. Who's going to prove that they did?
Right, and now, they've had so much time just to get rid of...
All I can say is this. It doesn't matter to me whether they did or they didn't do so. All I know is my name is on a list with murderers, and they're claiming that my speech is behavior. I think that should alarm everybody in America. Anybody who believes in free speech should be very alarmed that your speech can now be declared behavior, because speech is not behavior. Speech is speech, and behavior is behavior. Is that correct?
That's correct. And
right.
It's just
But the communist socialist administration in England has made speech and behavior one and the same. That should worry every liberal as much as every conservative in the United States of America and in the United Kingdom. And I hope it does. Support the Savage Legal Fund, Michael Savage Legal Fund. Write it down, 110 Pacific Avenue, Box 135, San Fran 94111. I'll read it one more time. Savage Legal Fund, 110 Pacific Avenue, Box 135, San Fran 94111. It's on michaelsavage.com. I'll be right back.
Savage in the morning, Armstrong and Getty at night. Roger Hedgecock on the drive home? No problem. Personalize your radio. 910KNEW.com podcasts.
Amazing to me that you don't see what's going on in the world and how the noose is tightening around all of our necks, how there is a collusion going on to eliminate the freedoms that you have. Not totally at first, certainly, but on a minor scale. It starts on a minor scale. I studied Hitler Germany, and I was amazed when I started to study it as a youngster that the very first law, at least I remember this to be true, the very first law that the Nazis passed, or one of the first laws on racial issues, was excluding Jews from Aryan swimming pools. It was so benign that the Jews said, who wants to swim there anyway? What do I care? That's how it started. It starts easy. Now I remind you, this is a very light thing. It's just Michael Savage. He's a right-winger. What do I care if they say his speech is behavior? What do I care? I'm protected. I'm a liberal. My guy is in office. Whoa, this is great. We love seeing him suffer. Well, it's me today and it's you tomorrow. You may not think so. Study the Maoist revolution in China and see who wound up killed. If you think it was only the capitalists, you're mistaken. Half of the Red Guards killed the other half of the Red Guards. That's what happens when you unleash gangsters in a country. So I am warning you that you better get behind Michael Savage right now. I warn you, I'm the only one on the firing line. I am the only one. The others make a lot of sound and fury, but I don't see them being banned in England. Why is it that they're not banned in England? Why is Rush not banned in England? Why is Hannity not banned in England? Why is the hemorrhoid not banned in England? Because they don't pose a threat to anyone. That's why. I mean, I wish they did. I wish they were all banned in England. I'd feel a lot better. But they seem to have singled me out. I'm used to it. All my life I've been singled out, whether it's the fourth grade I won the presidency. of the 4th grade class, and my teacher said that the election was canceled. I learned what fascism was in the 4th grade. I was very popular. The kids voted for me. I became president. She said, Michael can't be president. They said, whoa, why? She said, because I said so. I'm sure that today she would be a happy camper in the Obama administration. And you think it's a joke? Fine. It's not a joke. Chicago, John, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Michael, thanks for taking my call. Just one quick comment. You know, this whole thing with the British government, it smells, and I'll tell you what it smells like. It smells like David Axelrod to me, and it also reeks of an AstroTurf. But to the likes that we've never seen.
Wait, what do you mean by AstroTurf?
What I mean is the manipulation of the media and the masses, creating something out of nothing, trying to make a perception reality. And that's exactly what Axelrod.
Yes, they're trying to make me into a bad guy when I'm actually a good guy. They're trying to make me evil when I'm actually good. They're trying to take a decent man and crucifying him. Yes, it goes way back to Roman times. What the Obama administration and the English have done here is, in essence, what the ancients did to a biblical figure. And I don't want to get into that because people are going to start to think I'm crazy. But let me tell you something. There's crucifixion going on here.
Absolutely. They can't come out, Michael, and tell you, hey, we think Michael's so bad that he would bash a 4-year-old's head in with the butt of a rifle. So what do? They make the perception that you are actually like that person by coming up with a fake news story.
Let me tell you something. They don't even say that the Hamas individual on the list did that. What they say is he's a Hamas lawmaker. They don't even report anymore that he killed 2 young parents in Israel and the baby was crying and hiding in an attic. And after killing her mother, this Hamas lawmaker took the rifle butt and smashed the child's head in because she was a Jew. They don't report that, do they? They call him a Hamas lawmaker. Do you understand what I'm saying here, John?
Absolutely. When was the last time that reality was ever reported in any news channel coming out of Hamas or Al Jazeera or any of those stations? It's all...
No. I mean, the British don't even say he smashed in the head of a baby. The British call him a Hamas lawmaker. They don't say he smashed the head of a Jewish baby's head in with a rifle butt because that would be too horrible. Instead, they say, well, Michael Savage is an extremist like the Hamas lawmaker. So, in other words, there's a blurring now of the lines between behavior, i.e. smashing in a child's head with a rifle butt, and speaking forcefully about borders, language, and culture. Make no mistake about why I have been targeted. The statements that they have are all taken from Media Matters in my estimation. Virtually every soundbite that they played to say that I'm a bad guy were taken out of context. They can be found on the Media Matters website. It's Stalinist activity. I have not yet gotten around to suing Media Matters. First this, and then I guarantee you we're going to find out if they did it. And they'll say, well, they're protected in doing so. Well, I will remind you that you're not protected if you take people's statements out of context to paint a different picture of them. I want to remind you that there are laws in the land. You cannot make a person into a criminal who is not a criminal, and particularly if it costs him something, and particularly, my good friends in Media Matters, when there is malice intended. If you study libel laws or you study slander laws, in America, one of the principal things you must prove, it's a very high standard, is that there was malice intended. I would like to ask everyone listening to this show, if you think that Media Matters does not have malice intended in its activities against Rush Limbaugh, Michael Savage, Bill O'Reilly, and others. They take our statements out of context. They seem never to take the statements of liberals and publish them, do they? So they're focused only on political opponents. They're an arm of the Obama administration. They were created by money from George Soros. Hillary Clinton boasted about creating Media Matters. We have that on tape. And so, therefore, not only do they have malice intended, but they also are violating, in my opinion, all nonprofit status by focusing so hardly on an opposition political organization, opposition political figures. They are, in essence, an arm of a political organization. And as such, if we still had a government, they would lose their nonprofit status. This may or may not happen in years to come, but we will do the best we can because as I speak, a very powerful group of intelligent journalists are working on an expose of Media Matters, where they get their money from, what they do with their money, and what salaries they take. Very soon you will see all of their names and you will see the faces and the masks ripped off, and you will see who they actually are. Not from me. It's way out of my hands. Again, go to michaelsavage.com, see the article. British say they didn't consult the United States government, the Obamas, on Michael Savage exclusion. Liar, liar, flags on fire.
Savage. Michael Savage. Afternoons 3 to 7 on Talk 910 KNEW and online at 910KNEW.com.